button. Here we go. Week three side hustle school almost finished. We got what one week left for the year next week, and we pack our bags up. But it's different every time. Feel sorry for people who don't come in for this consistently. It's never the same ever. Technology changes, marketing changes in terms of not the principles, but the actual
Mm.
delivery. Technology, I said that. Business approach. So many different things change. This side hustle school, if you went back 7 years and you looked at what we were doing now, just they'd be mind blown as to what we have access to, how we approach it, and the webinar, everything's different. Everything. So yeah, I don't make the mistake that others make where you come into side hustle school and think wrongly that it's exactly the same. It's not like that. And you ought to be coming back every week or every time we do this because if you're ordering the products, which is the only buy-in, you're effectively getting free business training, which is ridiculous. Uh, you know, so in your isogenics business specifically, I'm not going to be doing any other training outside that. But the principles you learn selling a box of nutrition is identical to how you sell a box of anything. So just make sure you keep coming back. If you want to get better and improve and build your business and tap into that deep recurring income that we talk about in the comp plan, the only way to get it is to show up here consistently for a number of years. It's just the only way. It's just the only way. And you may look for other ways, but when you go to that other area to look for the other way, there will be the same requirement of you there too. Because you'll be on some other thing. Oh, yeah, great. I just got this, just created this e-commerce business. Cool. Oh, what do I need to do? Well, you need to show up to this and do this, this, and this for the next 5 years. Oh, fuck. It doesn't matter where you go. It'll be the same requirements, I promise. It's just with this one, it's not as financially taxing. You don't have to build a sales funnel for 30 grand. You don't have to, we're going to do a little bit of ad spend this time, but you don't have to do that. Anyway, you've, I just think you should keep coming. Your life, not mine. I'm just the messenger. Um, did someone just laugh then?
Me, sorry.
Yeah. Well,
I needed a
already
laugh.
already, already did it. So we're done.
Yeah.
We would like to see you do it. So
Thank you for sharing.
yeah. Well, it is our business. We still care about it, but it can't succeed unless you do. So we're fully invested in your success. It's the only way for us to work. Um, yeah, it's just that, God, there's also zero people except for Katrina, Lana. We have others in the team too here 7 years ago. There's no one here, but you know, Katrina's playing in the monthly bonus pools because she keeps showing up. She'll make thousands of dollars this month just because she's invested. Anyway, I digress. I hope to see you all back here. Good to see you, Talisha. Uh, well, how good were those videos? Who feels accomplished? How many of you feel accomplished? How many of you who did it feel accomplished? Grace has
Yep.
got a big grin on her face. She's excited. She's like, yes, I did it. And then I made up an excuse. And then Lloyd said no and just do it both. And I did both. And now I feel like I can do anything. It's so funny. Even Christiane, God bless her. Was it Christiane? Kristen might have been. She did an AI video.
Yeah.
It
And
helps a
I
lot
just
with
had a
your
giggle.
feedback.
Huh? Yeah.
It helps a lot when you gave us the feedback
Yeah. Well, that's the only way you
because
can improve.
we get to see from the other people's point of view.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, of course. How many of you learned from all the other people's feedback?
Yep.
Yeah. There's this
Hmm.
game that we used to play called Cardinal Puff. Anyone heard of that game, Cardinal Puff?
Yep.
It's a secret drinking game. It's in a book, but you've kind of got to find another cardinal to teach you. It's a European drinking game that my sister and her boyfriend brought back from the UK when I was about 19 and or 18. Actually, it might have been younger. And I was all into drinking back then, and I thought it was a hoot. And what it is, it's a series of movements and words and sayings that you do in sequence, exactly a specific way. And the person who's on the other side of you at the table, if they don't copy you exactly, then they have to scull their drink. And I remember when we first learnt it, my sister's boyfriend back then, he came and he was living with us at the time, and he said, "Oh, I'll show you guys." And we're at my grandparents' pub, and it turned out that the pub that we were at in Deepwater, they got robbed and they had no beer. So it's a pub with no beer. So we went up to the other pub, got the beer, brought it all back, and we sat there with cases of beer, ready to play this game. And we sat down, and I was I jump into things quite quickly, and I said, "Well, I'll do it." I was ideal prospect for him, young teenager in a pub with beer, drinking games. I was a perfect prospect. So he sat there and he starts doing this thing, and I'm following it and doing it. Oh, my mum's watching there, my sister, my brother, my cousin, everyone's watching us do this thing, and he does this sequence of moves and sayings, and I just couldn't get it, and I was fucking like, I must have just sculled 10 beers, and I was cooked. I was legless. I was just fuck off. And you get sick. I was thrown. I was brutalized. Anyway, what I didn't realize was the whole time, once I did, I got up. I was like, "Fuck, can't do it," and I was legless. And he's having a ball, and then my mum comes in and just sits down and just nails it first go, and one drink, and what, so what she got to do was watch me make all these mistakes and seek the feedback and get it, and then she just nailed it. So, uh, it's worthwhile to observe what others are doing, isn't it? Anyway, I don't know why I went down that story, but um, are you going to make us do the game? No. But if you hang around, we happen to be in a beer garden one day and got nothing to do, if you want to do it. Okay. So what did you learn doing that exercise? I'd love to know. This
I
is clear
talk a
sparkling
lot.
water. What?
I have talked a lot of example instead of cutting it shorter and be more um, limit my hook. The story you said is
Yeah.
good,
Be
and
more
also the
concise, you
call to
mean?
action.
You mean be more concise?
I couldn't find a word for it.
Be more concise, yes.
Yes, and
How many of you agree that, like Elmore, that you can be more concise with your communication?
Yeah.
We have this tendency to, wow, and just like, what the fuck? Yeah. Concise, clear, intentional communication. How many of you, when you're in school and you had to write a report, you basically more or less just waffled and created a big word salad just to get words on the paper and finish the project and move on with your life? Yeah. So when we're in marketing, we have to unlearn all the bullshit we learn at school to get through. And the bullshit is we think spinning bullshit works. And in the marketing world and business world, it's not like that. It has to be very clear and very concise, and you have to have an agenda. And you have to not be afraid because you're actually calling people out to buy from you.
Mm.
And that is normal. And so I think it's refreshing to learn that you actually can be very direct in a nice way. And once you realize that, you're like, oh my God, this is great. I'm just going to be direct for the rest of my life, and people are going to lean in, and I'll work with the ones that lean in, and I'll not work with the ones that lean out. Simple as that. And then all of a sudden, all the stuff you hold around sales and marketing disappears. So, what else did you learn?
It's actually forced me to become really clear.
Yeah.
And I know that I've been doing this for a while, and I know that I've got the story,
Mhm.
but I've just really struggled to get the clarity on it in my own brain. And I tend to push it aside and push it aside. But I nearly said, oh, stuff it. I don't need to do this. I don't do this type of thing. But I'm like, no, there's always a reason why the resistance is coming up. And don't just keep pushing it aside. Work through it.
Yeah,
It's not the task, it's about the growth that comes with it.
absolutely. Because you can't become a great communicator if you don't continually practice communication, and it's part of the process.
If you follow the process, I think you become further along and yep, you grow. And that's
That's right,
been my
Alison.
problem.
Well, I don't think that's your problem specifically. I think it's everyone's problem.
Yep.
But Yes. And it's
and trust
difficult
it.
to, yes, yes. It's difficult to see, like, why are we doing this? What's this got to do with the slice of bread? What's this got to do with people using products and actually making me get making money? And you t can't quite figure it out because you're trusting the process. But what if I told you that in all of our businesses we've ever made millions of dollars in, that this one framework is all I ever do?
Mm. Trust it.
Well, we just created 500 creatives for another business. That business is one of the most valuable, it's one of the best businesses in the country. And all of those ads we create for that is this.
Mm.
So what you're actually learning is not just marketing for nutrition for isogenics. You're learning how to craft a hook and a pattern interrupt and a story for anything.
Mm.
One of our other programs I spoke about this morning, um, like you can literally craft a message for any offer in any industry forever using a framework like this. It's just so
Crazy.
simple. Yeah. So what you're learning here is real marketing skills, frameworks. So that's good. Yeah, got to trust the process. And you'll see what I mean by that when you start doing more of this. Now, of course, a hook and a story and an offer it can be written. It's very powerful copywriting when you write like that. How many of you are subscribed to one of my emails at all? My email database for the other thing, the education business. Yeah, so you'll notice in the emails, it's always a hook, then there's a body and a story and perhaps a lesson, and then there's this call to action.
Mm.
It's just in everything forever. Like if you watch now a webinar, it's the same thing. If you watch someone speak on, I've done keynotes on stage, like tons, and it's all a hook, it's all a story, and it's all a call to action. Like the one I did over in Denver recently with Jesse Itzler, he came on after. Uh, the whole thing was a hook, then it was a series of stories, and then it was a call to action. Had everyone standing up and on their hands out and doing some stuff. That's it. So every talk, every webinar, every reel that's designed to bring people in to step forward and take some action, or every email or every written piece of copy, anything is designed like this with a hook and a story and an offer. So really what you're learning is the methodology for delivering the communication in every channel like that. And you realize very quickly that if you can do hooks, and I was joking to our content team the other day, I said, we're just a bunch of hookers. He said, what? I said, we're just a bunch of hookers. Oh, because we sat there and Alicia and I do hook, like we sit in our room, we do like, I don't know, 100 hooks a week just in this other stuff. And I was like, bunch of hookers. Because at the end of the day, if you can't get someone's attention and then you can't tell them a story.
Mm.
And if you don't tell them a story, they will not be engaged. And if they're not engaged, they will not respond to your call to take some action. In which case, you're really not doing anything. And a business partner of mine, he's exceptional. He's a genius at marketing, exceptional. It's just amazing. And his dad got him to learn how to busk when he was a kid. Imagine getting your parent to teach you how to busk.
That would be
I
cool.
mean, that would be scary as hell. But his sister cried through the whole thing. She's such a great leader now. But uh, he told me, I said, how'd you learn marketing? He said, well, I learned a lot of it from busking. I said, what the hell? He goes, yeah. He said, what you got to do is I figured out I had to go where the traffic was, go where the foot traffic was. And so that's interesting. We call it online traffic, but foot traffic, same thing. So he had to go where the people were. When he got there, he'd put his case down in front of him and he'd start playing. I said, then what did you do to get money? He said, well, I had to hook their attention. I said, how'd you do that busking? He says, when they walk past, look in their eyes. That was the hook. He looked right in their eyes. And I said, what'd you do then? He said, of course, I told him a story. I said, how'd you do that? I said, I played the story, and as I played from my heart, they heard the story. He's singing a song, and he's singing from his heart. The song tells a story. Um, and so he did a hook and his story, and then he often said that what he would look for at that point would be a double back. I said, what's a double back? He says, when they walk past and then they double back and bring your money and drop it in. He said, if I did my job correctly, where I got him in the eyes and I told him a story, they double back and take the action to put the money in the thing. So if you think of marketing at the very basic level of like how do you make money from strangers, it's pretty much a busk. It's get where the traffic is, get their attention, tell them a story that inspires them, and then suggest they take some sort of activity and action to move forward. That's marketing, period. That's all you're doing. And I think if you grasp that and understand it, selling becomes really simple because selling takes over from where marketing leaves off. So marketing is designed to see where the people are, get the attention of the right ones and tell them a story and get them to take an action, which is to generate a lead. That's marketing. And the next phase is those that do that and step forward is asking a series of questions in a specific way and sending them to do something that compels them to buy. So in which case we never really sell.
Hmm.
We are simply getting attention, telling a story, getting some action, a step forward, and then we're asking a series of questions, placing someone in a position to buy. That's what we're actually doing. And whether they buy or not is not our business. Our business is to go through the process. You know, like whenever Jay he was doing like the busking, he if someone didn't double back and give him the money, it wasn't his business. You know, like not everyone's going to buy from you. Not everyone's going to drop by and put some money in your thing.
Mm.
So anyway, that's what we're doing here. This is real marketing tactics. Um, does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep. So we must turn you into marketers. That's our job. If we can't do that, you're not going to be successful. It's as simple as that. So what you're learning here is very, very potent. Now, you can use hook story offer for a weight loss story. You can use a hook and a story and offer for an energy story, a hook and a story offer for your skin, a hook and a story and offer for uh, the opportunity. Yes, money, opportunity, anything. So I would compel you to get one really good health one, which you all do well now, and one good opportunity one. Yes. And when you're offering the opportunity, when you transition from, have you always seen people make money online but not know where to start? Hook. Well, that was me. I always wanted to make money from my phone, but I really didn't know my way around social media. It scared me to death. I didn't really have an idea or anything to sell, and the whole thing just overwhelmed me, to be frank. And I just stopped and started all the time, and every new shiny object I got to, I just started and then stopped and quit. You feel me? And then I finally came across Side Hustle School. And oh my God, it just makes everything so simple. I came in with no idea, apprehensive, of course, because everything I tried didn't work before. But the way it's laid out is so simple. We do these cool, fun tasks. It's very simple for anyone, even if you have no idea around your iPhone, even if you're a psychopath that uses a Samsung, even if you've never been on social media. It doesn't really matter. It was working for me. And, as someone who's not really akin to tech, I was just like, wow, this is so simple. And as a result, I put some things in place, and guess what? I got paid my first bit of money online. I can't believe it. So if you're someone who's struggling and you not really know where to start and you're thinking, oh my God, it's all gone past me and it's too late, I want you to know it's not too late. But I would love to extend the invitation for the next Side Hustle School. So if you're watching this and you want to come in and you don't want to be confused anymore, why don't you go ahead and copy and comment me below, and I'll send you a link to this webinar and you can come in and check it out. So you see how that is a compelling way to hook story, bad, 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 transition to good, good, good. The product is Side Hustle School, not money, not anything like that. The challenge was I didn't know how to make money. The solution is there's a way forward. And by the way, if you want to come in, just do this. Got it? Now
Yep.
you could go back and watch this replay, and one thing you could do is you could push play, go to your chat GPT. Oh shit, my battery's about to die. Go to your chat GPT in the bottom left corner, there's like a voice thing.
Or a microphone.
Yeah, microphone. Click on that and just play my replay of me and just say, can you please transcribe this? And it'll transcribe it. Blah 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 blah. And then click end. And it should. Oh, it's the microphone, not the audio. Sorry. It's that little mic. Shit. Anyway, it's transcribing. So it'll transcribe that whole pitch. Now, the reality is what I just shared with you then is pretty much everyone's experience when it comes to making money online. So what I just gave you is a generic opportunity hook story offer framework that you can use forever. Because, that's pretty much the journey of most people, right? How many of you resonated with that? Right. So if it resonated with you, it's likely to resonate with others like you. So I would say go and get that transcription. Um, can you believe we had to write this? Fuck, only 2 years ago we had to actually fucking write it. Anyway, go get the transcription, put it together, and do a hook story off a framework following that. So you've got two stories, one for the product or the health, I should say, and one for the opportunity, because that's all it is. Now, when you've got those two, the objective is really how many people have seen them or heard them. That's all that matters at that point,
Yep.
right? Okay. Now, let's get to these slides and whip through this pretty quick. We don't have much to get through. Week 3, we did the oh, when you watched the Team Eagle training video, what and you did say was that good? Trainer's mind blown. Did you watch it? My
The,
God,
vi- the
what a
video that
gift.
you talk about, Mark Brandel.
The one where I talk about how to craft different types of posts and so forth. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Marvelous.
great.
Yeah.
Great. So there should be really no reason why we can't see 2 posts a day from you on your Facebook and Instagram. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the volume we've got to put out there. And I just want you to know now it's instant. It doesn't take time anymore. This is not a time-based business. It's a 15-minute a day, 20-minute a day business, just done over long periods of time. Yes?
Yep.
So that's good. Any questions on the Chat GPT thing?
No.
I have a question, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, so you spoke about Mark Blundell and
Yeah.
his approach, the framework, which is really about sort of emotive
Yes.
storytelling, weaving a really special story. And
Yes.
so I hadn't heard of his framework, and so I did a little
No.
bit of research. And I was a bit confused because it came up as a Formula One racing
Race car
driver.
driver? Yeah. Yeah,
And
that's
then there's
because
multiple Blundell's
no,
out there,
sure.
and one that does do
Yeah.
copywriting. So I was a bit confused.
No, sure. It's a friend of mine. He's a successful marketer. He's so successful. He did Tony Robbins marketing when he came to Australia, and
So he's a
he's a
he's a friend of us.
yeah, he's like a legit freaking freak marketer. Anyway, I spent a whole day with him, and it's like 50 grand to do that. And so he just taught me this release marketing technique. And I remember he told it to me and taught me, and I'm like trying to think in my head to remember it. Like for all day, I was just thinking about it. And I was like, I've got to get this framework down on paper and into ChatGPT. And I remember coming home and sitting on the couch and just iterating what I learnt into chat to get it down to I asked chat, I said, I'm gonna share something with you and I need you to create a framework for it for me. So I put it into the chat and it created that framework and it showed me where the specific steps are. I was like, great, can you please call this and name this the Mark Blundell framework? So that
Okay,
I
got
had
it.
it saved as a framework. Now he is a legit like he's a yeah, he's worked with Sam Ovens and the biggest. Anyway, it's funny because I messaged him today and I said, "Hey, you wouldn't believe this, but I called your framework to Mark in our chat," and I sent it to him. And he laughed, and I said, "Hey, good legacy." Anyway, that's different. It's just a different approach. Like it's very relatable. Like, have you ever been on a call before and you're on Zoom and you're kind of involved, but you're really feeling like you don't belong?
Yeah.
What if I told you that you're not the only one? But what if I told you there was a technique you could use, a 3-step technique that once implemented, you would not only just be involved in the Zoom, but you would command the Zoom?
Show us.
So that's the type of framework that he uses to get you leaning in. So it's a relatable scenario, yeah. Like, have you ever been at the supermarket and like gone in line and go to buy your stuff and the your cheeks start to get hot because you know in your bank account there's not enough money to cover these groceries and you're going to be embarrassed. The feeling of embarrassment washes over you as you approach the checkout and they take your card and as your card swipes across the checkout, you wait and brace for the noise of declined.
Yep.
So see how I'm placing you in that scenario with very
Mm.
descriptive words that's just like, holy fuck, I've been there. That's the Mark Blundell framework. That's what it's supposed to do,
Mm.
right? So
And then
they're
you use
different.
that with the health
You can
for
use
the
both.
income.
You can use
Yeah.
both. Use both. If I were you, I would be doing at least one health one a week
Mm.
to generate leads for the health. Just like what you did in the videos there, they're fine.
Mm.
Then I'd be doing, and Elmore asked me, he said, when do you do an opportunity one? And the answer to that question is you do it when you get paid each week. So you should be doing one opportunity one per week. Now the question is, what if you haven't been paid? And I get it. So to get paid, do the health stuff, get a health transformation by using the products properly, get a 2, 3, 4, 5 kilo story, take some photos and evidence, do the hook story offer for your health, get it out there, talk to lots of friends, make lots of offers, do until someone falls over injured and you can take their credit card and swipe it and get them in. Yeah, whatever you have to do. Just enough to get your first. Then once you get paid for the first time, you're like, holy shit, I can do it. And then you can do your opportunity one. Say, you wouldn't believe this. Before I started, I didn't know what to do, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And you go into the thing. So, and you should be doing one a week. So one health, one opportunity. And then you should be doing a jab, 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 and a right hook for your health stuff each week, and potentially a bit of a jab and a hook for the opportunity stuff. Written one as well is good. And while you're doing that, you're adding new connections on Facebook. You're meeting people in real life and adding them. You're having conversations with people. You're meeting people. You've got to develop your network. You can't just do this without talking to people. That's the other thing, right? And you only need a couple good people. You don't need, like Katrina comes in and she invites Kylie Sidebottom to come into the program, and Kylie's just killing it. And Kylie just needs one person too. In fact, I think she's got one. This is how it works. It's one to one to one to one to one. It's not one to many. It's just do this with one person and then do another one and another one and another one. Okay, so now you know how to write copy instantly using two very, very potent frameworks. Plus, you know how to write value posts, story posts. You know how to articulate your story. You know how to film hook story offer, which is effectively an ad. And now you have the script to do it for the opportunity as well, because I just did it today. So you're equipped, right? You're equipped. So before we move on, let's get a quick photo together on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. That was a really delayed one. Okay. Just save this. And you'll notice the more you do these reels and the more you write and the more, you just get better and better and better and better. Um,
So can I just ask,
yep,
Mike? So we do that story. Are we meant to do a written one
you can.
post on of our story or not?
Yeah, you can do
Just
both.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And I saw on the Eat for Free Club, it's got like separate ones. Well, I just forgot what I wrote it, but separate ones that you can post, like you can copy and paste, it says, for your 1 day liners for 30 days and then your daily ones for so many days.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's a good strategy is like teaser marketing. So when you're starting out, particularly too, when you're getting your story together, when you're using the products and getting a result, you can whip out these one-liners that just get people interested. Like, oh my God, I started this nutrition system and I can't believe it's actually working. That's all you have to write. Next day is like, oh my God, I got on the scales. I'm already down a kilo. Day 3, and I can't believe that I'm about to say this, but I'm actually falling in love with my scales. Day 4, and I actually thought this would be harder than it is. What I love about it is it's simple. Day 5, I feel like I'm actually saving money right now doing this. Day 6, here we go. Scales again, down another 500 grams. Go me. You see this? You do that for 30. We've got a guy in our team. He's an executive. His name's Tommy, and his wife Sammy. He's in New Zealand, and he did this for 100 days,
Hmm.
and they went executive.
Wow.
Every day for 100 days, here's my update. And it's how movies are marketed. Like they don't show the whole movie, they show a teaser.
Mm.
So I would say when you're starting out on the products, you'd want to put the teasers out there a lot and just the idea is to document your journey. Like, hey, I'm doing this.
Do you need to put a photo with it every day though?
No,
Okay.
it's nice to have a photo with posts because the algorithm likes to boost that. But again, it's okay just to put text too, right?
Yeah.
So,
And because, like I said before, I got no friends to add.
no, but you will because you're only new to the platform, but you will develop it over time. And don't forget, you can just go back and do it again and again and again and again. Like,
Didn't you mention before about you can pay for advertising or something?
yeah, we're gonna do a little exercise at the end of this to boost a post to get you just getting used to investing in your business in the marketing realm so that you can get leads and get some
Yeah.
people leading in. Don't know how well it's going to work for everybody because we're all different with different followers and brand. But I'm going to show you the process so you can always follow it. Well, I'm not going to show you the process. I'm going to show you how I would do how I would learn the process. Pretty easy, but okay. So here we go. I'm going to teach you today. Well, the most important thing that you get from today is what to do with the people that actually lean in. That's the trick. This is where the wheels fall off it. This is the most challenging thing. Was when someone says, yes, I'm interested. Then it's tricky. It's not actually tricky, but you will make it very tricky for yourself because you're having to unlearn all these weird selling habits that don't work. I don't know where they came from, but it doesn't like that. Oh yeah, and before we do this, just a quick question from you guys. When should we host the Opportunity Masterclasses, the Shake Up Your Finances Masterclasses to bring in for the next Side Hustle School? When would you like us to host that? During the day, in the evening? We're going to kick off
Evening?
the first week of
Evening.
January in the evening.
Evening? Yep.
Okay, what time?
7 p.m., 6 p.m. Queensland time.
Okay, that works.
If it does for everyone else.
Yeah, doesn't work for Lana. Speak up.
When are you
Does it work
thinking
or not
of?
work? When do you want to do it? We can do
7?
multiple times.
I find 6 p.m. Queensland time is hard for mine.
6, 7.
Oh, 6, 7.
I think 7 o'clock. A lot of people just finished work and perhaps they can join in better.
Okay. We've got to think about the Kiwis. They're like 4,000 hours ahead.
Mm.
6
I
p.m.
like
Queensland
the
time.
6:30 Queensland time.
All right, 6:30 Queensland time. Meet in the middle. Done.
Cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
marvelous.
Is there a
All right,
recording-
great.
Is there a recording on one of a previous one that I can have a look at? Because I haven't seen one.
Yeah, you can. I'll show you where it is today. You'll learn. You'll see.
All right.
Okay, great.
Is
So
it-
that's that.
Possible to do it at on a weekend rather than during the week? Because it's timing is quite tricky, sort of internationally.
Well, how do you mean?
Well, if you're doing it now, this call for me is 8 o'clock, and sometimes depending on the time difference, if it's 9
a.m.
o'clock. Yeah, sorry, 8 o'clock in the morning. So with the time difference, sometimes like I should be at work and so can't make it. And so, at the weekend, obviously I'm not at work and that might apply to other people as well. So a little bit more flexibility at the weekend. But Yeah, it's just
Well, we
I
can.
know.
The challenge we have with that, and I'm happy to do it. I'm always happy to do it. I bend over, I'll do anything. But I'll get on there on a Sunday and then I'm just me. And then I've set aside the hour to do this. I've changed family things and I get on and
Yeah.
there's no one on. That's my only concern. So if I say yes to it, you better shake your bottom and get some people on it. Does that make sense? Like, that's all. That's the only concern is how many people will we have on it if we do it on the weekend, you know? So, look, fully open to it. You just, and again, if it's putting pressure on you to get people on, good. That's what it's designed to do. So I'll just leave it with I'm open to it. You tell me if you've got a handful of people that want to get on there and we'll make it happen. My experience is varied. I don't know. It's very hard to determine. Um, yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely willing. That's for sure. Okay. Now we're going to talk you through becoming a consultant, which is the first leadership level and rank of Isogenics. Associate's where you start, consultant's the first step of where you want to go, and then you go to manager. So we go to this website that's our resource, which is called eatforfreeclub.info. That should be in your notes. You should be using this a lot. It's obviously how every customer starts and gets plugged in as a customer. If you want a full orientation of this resource, you simply have to watch this one called orientation video. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but so far what we've actually done in Side Hustle School is we've actually done that, we've done that, we've done that, we've done that, we've done, and we're here. We're up to step. We're really doing this today, and then effectively next week we talk a bit about that, and then we're done. So we're actually moving through all these steps in Side Hustle School. So this is the most important one, step 6. If you click on this, it really shows you the sequence and steps to follow to enroll your first 2 customers. One left, one right. Whether they're coming in for the opportunity or the health, it's irrelevant. It's one left, one right. Okay. So that's how you go consultant. It says it here. Now, your job to do this is to do 3 things. One is to take some marketing action to compel people to lean in and ask for more information. That's called marketing. Getting their attention, whatever it might be, right? Then is once they lean in and say, hey, yes, I'm interested, whether it's from a DM or an outreach, or whether it's from a post, your job then is to not freak out and implode, which is like, oh my God, someone's messaged me saying, what the hell do I do? And this will happen to you. And so don't freak out. Remember, at that point, your job is not to sell. And you'll feel compelled to want to vomit everything about Isogenics over them and blah, 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 but don't do that. You simply have to then, your second job is to ask questions to open them up. If you don't open them, you'll never close them. Okay? Then once you open them up with questions, and I'll show you the questions in a second, you've got to ask the questions in sequence, very quickly, specifically. Once you do that, you make a little offer to them to send them the invitation to the destination where they can get the information. What I mean by that is you invite them to check out one of the YouTube clips or a video in our Facebook group on the health products. It's a little mini webinar of like 9 minutes. You send them that. Or if it's for the opportunity, you invite them to the Shake Up Your Finances Masterclass live, or you send them the replay. That's a long one. It's like an hour. You're going to getting them on the live is going to be more effective. But they're the 2 paths. And the reason why you send them the invitation to the destination where they can then watch a video is a couple of reasons. One, when you do that, you can go off and do whatever you have to do. You don't have to sell. You don't have to pitch them. You don't have to get them on a phone call. You don't have to run the webinar yourself. You don't have to sit with them in a coffee and go through everything for an hour and a half and then buy them coffee and get a sale. You don't have to do anything. You literally just got to get them to watch it and then follow them up. Okay? Now, the better you open them, the more chance they're going to actually go and watch it. If you don't open them, they will not watch it. Okay? So if you don't take marketing action, you'll never get people leaning in. If you don't ask questions, you'll never get them watching it. If you don't get them watching it, you never make a sale. So these 3 steps are very critical as to your job as a marketer and salesperson is to move them through these 3 tasks. or this process. It's called a sales process, and it's proven. I know it's proven because we've been following it for years. Katrina's been following it for years, and the people she brings in follow it and get results. So it just works. Okay, so you can decide if you want to go and make it up yourself, you can, but I want you to be successful, so I'm just going to give you the ingredients. Okay, so step one, how do we generate a lean in? There are two ways. Anyone guess what the ways are? Anyone take a stab at this? Wild stab, wild guess.
Increase their
Post on social
post
media.
something that will increase their curiosity.
Yes, so give me an example of what you'd post.
Have you ever got tired of feeling fat and heavy?
So you do your hook story offer, yeah? Great.
Yep.
What else? What's an even more potent way to get people leaning in? What's an even better way? The advertising's one. That's where you're posting and putting things out there for people to see. What's the most potent? What's the best?
Prospecting, reach outs,
Yes. What's a reach out?
Direct and indirect
Direct and indirect what?
message.
reach out.
Yes. Yes.
This might not
Great.
be for you, but if you know anyone
Yeah. Yes.
that might
So
need
that's
my
right. Perfect. So it's DMing them, getting them direct. Okay. So what you can post on social media, we've been through this with the Chat GPT. You do it, value jab, bit of social jab, jab, what that jab, right hook or whatever. I don't know. It's just doing different things each day. Okay. So there's some examples there of what you do for the health. Yes. And there's some examples here what you do for the opportunity. Okay. Now, this is the message that, so if you do a post or you do like a hook story offer, yeah, and someone engages and likes the post or they heart it, they leave some sort of engage, like they print it or they heart it or they comment, you'd send this message to everyone who liked or commented on the post, but didn't directly ask for more information. You can send this to everybody who's engaged with the post. Hey, thanks so much for support on my post. I know it may not be for you, but do you know anyone who's having trouble losing weight, feeling tired, blah blah blah. Okay?
Yep.
So that you're entitled to reach out to them and just ask them that. Okay? Right? And here's a quick post that
Yeah.
people can usually post on social media quickly to get some sort of interaction. This works really good in January, or December and January for weight loss. Okay? It's a nice simple one, but again, you guys know how to write and video a hook story offer now. So you've got what it takes to be able to generate leads or lean-ins, okay? Again, watch this video anytime you need to refresh on how to write copy that's going to generate leads. That's how you download it. Now, the two types of reach outs. Reach outs are different to advertising. They're more potent. They work really good. And when you're doing both, it works the best. So the indirect is when you're not asking them. Hey, not sure if you've seen, but I just started a new health program. I'm down 5 kilos so far. I know it may not be for you. That's critical. It gives them an out. They won't feel awkward. But do you happen to know anyone who's looking for a program like that? That's it. And then you could probably finish it off with no worries if not, just thought I'd ask. That's okay too. Yeah? Boom. So send that to as many people as you can over the next 5 years. Basically, that's the game we're in. That's it. That'll never change. That message will never change. That's for health. Yeah? And it works really well after Christmas. And it works pretty much it works really well from the point that Christmas finishes, so Boxing Day, all the way to May in Australia. And I would say the same sort of thing would happen in the UK after Christmas for a little bit, but coming into summer and through all summer, it works really good in the UK and also in the USA. Okay, direct. Hey, not sure if you've seen, but I just started a new health program. I'm down 5 kilos. I'm about to do another 30 days. Want to do it with me? No worries if not, just thought I'd ask. That's fine too. So you choose what you want to do. This is always a good one for friends, people you know pretty good. People you don't know that well, always that one. Yeah. For the income opportunity, pretty much the same. Hey, I just found out how to make some extra money online. I know it may not be for you, but do you know anyone who would be interested? That's pretty simple. You can send it to as many people as you want over the next 5 years. You're going to get people leaning in for the opportunity. Directly. Hey, I just found out how to make some income online. I've only just started, but it seems legit. Interested? If you're one of your friends sending you that, I'd be like, yeah, keen. You're just trying to get as many lean-ins as possible. That's all. because your job is not to convince them, is not to cajole them or pressure them, nothing. It's just to get more of these messages onto their eyeballs. It's volume. When it comes to reach outs, and posts, it's volume. Do lots to get a few leaning in. That's it. Okay? You got to say less, which is this is not much, right? How many of you agree that's not many words?
Yep.
Great. You got to say less to more people. So whoever gets the most of these words landed on someone's eyeballs every day will win this game. The person who does the opposite and talks to one friend for 5 years straight to convince them that they need Isogenics, that person will lose. That's the difference. It's just getting more hooks in front of eyeballs. Okay? Now, the best way to do that is to download your Facebook friends list. Of course, Grace, you will get a Facebook friends list in due course, but you can download it. If you've got over 100 friends, it's a good place to start. This is what it looks like. This is how to download it. You click it and download it and put it on your desk. That's where the money is. In the list. And the thing you desire most will be found in the place you least wish to look. Let me tell you where it is you don't want to look in network marketing. You don't want to look at your list, and you don't want to message these people. But that's where the magic is. It's right in there. That's where the money lives. So you'd want to widen your list by adding more friends and getting to know more people and posting more great content. And you'd also want to reach out to them and engage them. Yes or yes? That's how you get better at this game. Okay? Now, when you send those messages or when you do your posts, how many of you had someone lean in for information? They've seen something, they've seen your story, a post, whatever, you've spoken to them, and they've lent in and they've stepped forward and said, hey, I'm interested. How many of you?
Yeah.
Okay, great. For those who haven't, just more marketing activity. Just more. Okay? Once they step in and lean in and say, actually, yeah, I'd be keen. You're like, holy crap, this stuff works. This is amazing. And then you shit the bed. You're like, what do I do next? Here's what you do. This is very, very important. If you take nothing away from this, just this is what you must take. Okay? Here's how this goes. So I've got someone leaning in the DMs. I'm interested. You say, okay, cool. Can I ask you a few questions to see if the program's the right fit? It's called asking permission, so they don't feel like they're being interrogated when you ask these questions. So that's the first one. Cool. Would it be okay if I ask you a few questions to see if the program's the right fit? At least we might change that to would it be okay if I ask you a few questions, right? That's all you're going to ask. Then they'll say yes. Now here's the tip. When you ask that question and they say yes, you cannot leave the conversation until they have the invitation to the destination where they get the information. Until you send them the YouTube link. You're not allowed to ask this question, then get up and go to the ironing for an hour and come back. You're not allowed to send this and then go to work for 5 hours and come back. You're not allowed to send this and then go to sleep and go. You can't. You must stay with this. As soon as you open a question set with this question and they say yes, you're on. You do not move away from your phone and your thumbs do not leave the thing of your phone until you are finished. Because if you stop, you'll never get them back. The buying excitement will fall away and they may not start for 3 years. Okay? So can I ask you a few questions to the right program right fit for you? That's permission. Yes, you can. Cool. What is it you're wanting to achieve specifically? So if it's for health, you might want to say, what is it you're wanting to achieve in your health specifically? If it's for the opportunity, what are you wanting to achieve financially? What are you wanting to achieve with your money specifically? Or what are you wanting to achieve specifically with this? And they'll give you the what. That's called the what. What do they want? Yes? How many of you have seen The Notebook? In that scene, what do you want? What do you want? Yes? You need to ask them. Because if they don't know what they want, then you're dead. You're like, well, I can't help you because you don't even know what you want. So they'll say something like, well, I want to get healthy. It's like, oh, okay, well, what do you mean by healthy? Well, I'd like to lose some weight. Okay, great. Cool. Why are you wanting to lose some weight? Want to make more extra money? Great. Why do you want to make some extra money? It'll feel weird asking that. But if you don't ask why, so you've asked the what, if you don't ask why, you'll never find out what's motivating them. And if you don't know what motivates them, and they don't know what motivates them, sometimes when you ask this question, they don't know. But once they do know, they will watch the video. This question here nails the pain. Why do you want to lose 5 kilos? So I can, feel better. For who? Well, so my husband doesn't leave me. So my wife doesn't leave me. Holy shit, that's a pretty good motivator. So I can keep up with my kids and I'm not exhausted tying up my shoelaces every day. So I can still be here for my kids and I don't die early. Well, that's a pretty good motivator, wouldn't you say? So this question here should create a deep response. If it doesn't, and they say, just because I want to get healthy, ask it again. Why do you want to be healthy? Just because I want to lose weight. Why do you want to lose weight? Oh, just so I can be a better parent. Why do you want to be a better parent? Oh, man, come on. Just because I want to be a great dad. Okay, great. Now we're getting somewhere. So does that mean, so sometimes you got to ask this one a couple of times to get the real answer. Because people will give you a cappuccino level conversation because that's the type of conversation they're used to having. Right? And don't forget, if you lose them here, don't worry because they weren't motivated enough to even do it and they were going to quit on you anyway. So you never lost them. These are qualifying questions so you only work with the willing. Now, once you've asked that, and by the way, this all takes very 2 seconds to ask these questions. Yes, it's not long, just long when I talk about it. So then they give you the why, that motivator. Great, thanks for sharing that with me. So here we go. This is getting the obstacle. So what do you think is currently preventing you from achieving it? Because if you already knew how to do it, you didn't have an obstacle, you'd already have it. Why don't you have it? Oh, well, I don't go to the gym, I've got no motivation, got no energy, I eat like shit, I don't have time to cook, and all these, right? Well, the opportunity, well, I just don't know where to start. I wouldn't have a clue. I don't even know how we use Facebook. Okay. So you get their obstacle. Okay. Now I'm going to give you this crafty sentence, and it's not in here, but I'm going to give it to you. So get ready you can write it down, but I'd encourage you to go back and listen to this and really write it down specifically. Once you have the what, call it the goal, and once you have the reason why they want it, and then once you have the obstacle, you can make the offer. It's called GROO. GROO. Goal, reason, obstacle, offer. And the offer, it's not that one. Here, the offer is you got to get a yes before you send them the invitation. So basically the sale is made here. How about that? So the only people you send to the video are people who are already sold. So would you like the framework? What if I could show you how to use their answers back on them to craft an irresistible offer they can't say no to? Would that help you? Yes?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Ready? This is the language. It's very important. So you've asked these 4 questions. They've given you the answers. We're going to use the answers back on them now, okay? So if there was a way where you could lose that 5 kilos so you could be the better dad for your kids without you having to go to the gym or prep any of your meals, even if you had no energy, would that be of value to you? See how we use the answers back on them? And because we did that, they can't help but say yes. Because they gave us the answers. This is a ninja trick that once you know this and you'll never get a no. Ever. So here's the language again. If there was a way where you could insert the goal, insert the what, so that you could insert the why, the reason, without you having to insert the obstacle, would that be of value to you? And I know you don't speak like this in the real world. I get it. And I know you don't. I don't either. But this is NLP selling. And I learned this from Tad James, the Adriana Tad himself. He's like the world leading expert in NLP. And he uses framework to close multi-million dollar deals corporate. So I just stole it from him. And so this is how you frame it at the end for them to say yes. So once they say yes, that's your indication then to give them the next step, which is to send the invitation to the destination where they get the information on how it works. Okay. This is how you sell anything to anyone forever. So now you know how to do marketing and get lean-ins. Now you know how to open people up with these questions. Don't change the question. Don't. I've seen people get to the end and go, Lloyd, how come it's not working? I'm like, well, down here you said, hey, do you want to try Isagenix? It shakes. Where on earth does it say that on there? It doesn't. Well, that's why they're not flipping doing it. You can't just make shit up. What we're giving you here is a sequence of questions. It's an ingredients for a banana bread cake. If you don't follow it, you're going to get, I don't know. Don't know what you're going to get, but you ain't going to get banana bread. Who's with me so far? Great. Simple stuff. Open them up. Give them the irresistible offer. If you use this one, this is a quick one. Just curious, would you be open to doing what I'm doing? I've had such great results, and others have not. That's okay too. You can say that, but send your photo with it. Because if you show evidence of you losing weight with that one, they will also probably never say no. But I wanted to give you something that's indestructible. So now you have both. Okay. Now, here's the next part. This is where the sale will, this is where the presentation happens. This is where the actual thing is explained. Now, if you sat there and explained it, you're pitching, and if you do it, here's what happens. When they get results and they want to share with others, they'll say, oh, you'll say, hey, who do you want to share with? And they'll say, well, I can't do what you do. So what do you mean? This used to happen to me all the time. I used to go to people's houses with Alicia and we do a pitch. We do this presentation. And all the people, sometimes we'd enroll 6 or 7 people in a day just from doing one event. And of course, what happened then was, because I explained all the products and I did the presentation and Billy did it fairly well because I had a lot of practice. When I said, hey, do you want to do your own presentation and share? They go, no way, I couldn't do what you do. And dead. If your customers can't turn around and duplicate what you do, you'll never develop depth. So Katrina got Kylie started, who got Naomi started, who I think got someone else started. Maybe it was Alison, I don't know. And so that's duplicating. And the reason that works is because Kylie saw Katrina ask her some questions and send it to a video. So when Kylie got results, then Katrina said, do you know, would you like to do this too? She said, I think I can do that. How many of you can send a video to someone? Great. Hands up if you can give a 1-hour presentation and pitch on the ingredients of Isagenix and how it works and all the pricing and products and packs. Great. So that's why I send a video. So you can send a video. That's how we duplicate. Is this making sense? So if your mouth is moving after this and they say yes, the only thing it should be moving to them towards is a third-party tool or a video, which we have, okay? So here's how the language works. Okay, great. Here's a short webinar that, now you could do this straight. Here's a short webinar that explains it because they've already said yes. I'll circle back shortly to see if it makes sense. In the meantime, I'll add you to the Facebook group, yeah? And there's the product video there. It's 9 minutes. You click on that, it takes you to the product video, 9 minutes, okay? Boom. I think it's wise to send them to the Facebook group. The 3 secrets to rediscover your health, lose weight, tone up, and regain your confidence in less than 14 days without eating rabbit food or live. There's a hook, there's a story, there's an offer in that webinar, as you can see, right? It's everywhere now. It's potent. Okay, that's that one. Add them to the Rediscover You Facebook group, which is, you all know the Rediscover You info Facebook group, yeah? rediscoveryou.info. Great. You add them in there so they can see all these other results and you can tag them in all these other results and they get notified every time you post in there. Katrina does this so well. Anytime she has someone who's a prospect and she sends them the video, as a follow-up, she adds them to the Facebook group and she tags them in all these amazing posts and stories. And it's my dad calls it the silent salesman. Just sits there and silently sells them in the background. It's a very important way of doing it. Okay. Now, if they're talking about the income, same thing, same language. No Facebook group for that one. This is the link to the webinar. And it's an hour. The reason why this one's an hour, does anyone know why this one's an hour and the other one's 9 minutes?
You go into more detail.
But why do we need to go into a bit more detail with the opportunity?
It's like telling the story to get them hooked in.
Well, both of them are hook stories and offers, but when you're buying products for a few $100, we do that every day to click of a button. It's very normal. But when they're coming in for the opportunity, they're buying into a business opportunity. Even though it's the same price and it's the same products and everything like that, the decision is bigger. So there has to be more to it. There's an education that has to happen. There's more we have to impart to everything, right? So that's why it's longer. Okay? Now, if you bring someone in for the opportunity, they can always just go down to the products and be a customer. If you bring them in for the products, there's a chance they can love it and want to be a distributor and make money, but it's a little bit more challenging. So when you lead with the health and you enroll them as a customer and then you try and upgrade them to an associate, that's called bottom-up approach. Fine. If you bring them in for the opportunity and they like it and then they get onto the products, which they have to do because they have to get a, enjoy the product and get a result and so forth, that's called the top-down approach. Alicia and I do top-down. But many of you will go bottom-up. But you're welcome to do either or. Okay? The reason I do top-down is because I find it easier to get them to go to consultant. That is more malleable. Okay? You may not find that, but I do. Okay. Now, once you send them the video, you could even do this, by the way, just to give you a bit more language here. For example, when they've said yes, would be a value. Instead of you just going, great, here's a webinar, you could say, cool, I have a short webinar that explains it. When are you able to watch it by? Oh, probably by tonight. Cool. So if I send it, would it be okay if I touch base with you tomorrow? Yes. So see, there's 2 questions. So now you've got them committed to watching it. That also improves the chances that they'll watch it. Yes? Or you could say, great, I've got a short webinar that explains it. Shoot me a thumbs up when you're ready for it and I'll send it. I'm not going to flip and take you home and give you a kiss after the date straight away. I'm going to make you work for it. Got it? Let them lean in and work for it a bit. Okay? Okay, so they've watched it, and guess what you do next? Hey, just circling back, like I said, just curious, did the information video about the program make sense? Yes? And if they say yes, say, cool, which pack are you leaning towards the 14-day or the 30-day? There's no other decisions to make. If it made sense, they've got one decision. Is it the 14-day or 30-day? And if it's none, they'll soon tell you. Oh, I just don't have the money. You'll get all the objections in. But you don't ask for objections. You just say to them, did the video make sense? Yes. Or they'll say, oh, I haven't had time to watch it yet. Okay. When will you have time to watch it by? For sure. I'll do it tonight. Okay, cool. Would it be okay if I touch base tomorrow? Yes. Great. Give them another go at it. Keep coming back until they've watched it. If they're asking you questions about price and what it is, it's obvious they haven't watched it. So tell them that. Look, it seems like you haven't watched. If you've got these questions, it's probably unlikely you've watched the video because it's all in there. So go ahead and go watch it and I'll touch base tomorrow. You've got to follow up with them within 24 hours. You leave it any longer and it's gone. And by the way, they expect you to follow them up. So don't freak out and worry about it. You're not bugging them. They want you to. If you decide that you want to follow them up by putting them in the Rediscover You Facebook group, which is here, when you do add them, just use this as the welcome message. Hey guys, Mary just joined the group for some info. I'd love it if you could share a little bit about your results. That just shows us you're adding people and we can give them results and it really enhances the social proof. So just that's there. So you send them to the video, makes sense. We're packing in towards the 14-day or 30-day because I talk about both in both videos. And when they respond, oh, I think I'll give the 14-day one a try. That's it. Don't You don't have to go on some random conversation about, oh, which shakes do you want to buy? It's not. Just go to your app, get the link, and send this message with your link. Done. Great. Here's the link to order your pack. They'll, once they choose one, send it. Send it. Right? Now, again, once you've sent the enrollment link from your app, your magic link from your cart, yes, with this is important to send it with this because this pre-frames it so they don't freak out about the subscription. We've crafted this specifically so it's an anti-freak out message. So use it. And guess what you do after you send it? You follow them up again. Okay? Well, by the way, when you send the webinar one, it's exactly the same. Right? So when you send the link, your magic link, within the first 5 minutes, I would send a message saying, did the link work okay? Now, I know this might seem like a lot, like we've just gone through a lot today. They're like, okay, I've got to do my marketing stuff. They're going to ask questions. And go, this whole process is actually pretty fast. It's just that I've taken the last 30 minutes to explain it because it's so important to learn. But this happens quickly. Okay? It doesn't take that long to ask some questions. It doesn't take long to send a link. The link is doing all the heavy lifting for you. You've got to come back and just follow them up. So you do this in and around your life. That's the beauty of this business because it's systemized, right? Okay. If they ghost you and don't reply, click the button here that says click here if they ghost you. I'm glad Mario finds it funny. Oh shit. Doesn't work. That's not good. We'll have to fix that. I don't know where that's supposed to go, but anyway, we'll fix it.
So Lloyd,
Don't
just ask, so we set them up with their first order and have it sent off to them. And after that, do they do their own orders?
So yes, because when you send that off, I'll get to this part with you. Once they order, you'll get an email from Masterdank saying, hey, congratulations, you've got a new customer. That's when you know. And you go, yippee, I got a customer, go me, it's amazing. Then, your job's not over, you send them this. And when you send them this, guess what it does? Congratulations, your new product's on the way. What's the next step? Click this link and complete all the steps at the top of the page before your products arrive. They click that. Oh shit. Why is that old link in there? That's weird. Anyway, they'll click it and it'll take them to there. Oh wait, it'll take them here. So anytime you send that welcome, the welcome message has the for free club info link in it. So when they get it, they'll go, oh, welcome to Isagenix. Start here as a customer. Or watch the orientation video. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Franny's explaining how that all works. Good. Oh, download my starter guide. I'll click that. I'll get my starter guide of how the system works. Okay, cool. This is how I do a shake day. This is how my products work. Okay, cool. I'm getting that. That's good. Watch the video on how to do a shake day. Click on that. Show me how to do a shake day. Click on this. How to do a cleanse day. This is good. This is for the product. This is for the nutrition products. Download the IsoLife app. Join the community on Messenger. It's our product support group. Join the community on Facebook. That's the Rediscover You Facebook group. Learn about the science. Manage my own subscription. So this will answer your question, Grace, about what they do next, because they manage their own order. Here's an example. When you bought your first thing off Amazon, did Jeff Bezos do your orders for you? Great. So you click that, it teaches a video of how to do their own subscription. They don't know how to order and they'll order for the rest of your life. Yeah? And if they want to, they can share this video with a friend, which happens to be the 9-minute product video if they want to quickly. Got it? That's how they plug in as a customer. Then, of course, if they get results and want to share the opportunity, they go down and watch this, and it explains all the things I just mentioned today. Bop, 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 bop. And it loops. And then they bring in a customer, and they get results, and they want to make some money, and they come in here and it loops. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Is this making sense? So the system is linked. Okay. So that's how you get people started. Yes, that's it, right? Now, anyone who's interested, create a little list in your phone in the notes section called Hot Prospects, and just put their name and where they're at, just so you can track them. Just track the people who are leaning in. That's it. Just leave, and they stay on your list until they buy or die, meaning they do not come off your list. So when you want to enroll some people, go back and revisit your list. Okay, we just went through the most important part of network marketing. And we basically just gave you the steps to follow to get good at the sales. It's called the sales process. And it's the most clunky, most difficult, most challenging part of business. Which means when you master it, you will have mastered the most challenging part of business. Any questions? Yes, it's the most rewarding. You'll get faster, you'll get better, it'll get easy. You'll end up being able to do this while you're flipping like, driving the car with your knees. It's like that. Just you will. You'll get quick at it. Yeah. You'll enroll people wherever and anywhere. So no questions on this. It's gonna feel clunky when you first do it. You're gonna need help with what do I do here? And whenever you share that in our Side Hustle School group chat, we want you to share what do I do now? Guys, I'm stuck. What do I do now? How many of you got value from getting feedback from your videos today? Great. You can only get better if you say, I suck here. What do I do? Please give me feedback. We'll give you on-the-job feedback on how to do this and iron out your sales process. And most of the feedback's going to go, hey, go back to this step and literally copy that. Oh, you go, wow, they're right. It is actually exactly that. And then you'll start to realize that, oh, they're actually just following the same system. So if you get a message and you're stuck, share it into the group and say, hey, what do I do here? And we'll train you all at the same time because you'll all learn at the same time. Capiche? Okay, great. I'm going to do a quick breakout. You want to do breakout? It's probably enough. We're probably done. Yes, breakout? Yep. Okay. Breakout with each other. It's really good training. So break out with each other and just share with each other the number one thing you took away from today's training. Okay. Little breakout room, 3 in a room, I think.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
Thanks.
I'll just wait for everyone to come back.
Everyone else was just went leave now and booted me out. I was like, oh, I
No,
didn't
no,
finish talking.
you would have accidentally hit the button that brought you
Well,
out.
I must have. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I was
that's
in
okay.
the middle of a
Oh,
conversation.
that's all right. Stacey was just saying the conversation was so boring there, she left.
Oh,
Hope you don't get
I did not. Oh my Lord. Any wonder you're good at business.
Well, you can't be too stiff, can you? All
No,
right.
exactly right.
So what did you discuss? Let's get some takeaways. We'll do 4 takeaways.
Keep showing up to Side Hustle School
Yep, that's a
because
very
it's
clever idea.
always something to learn.
Yeah.
Always. Yep.
Mm.
That's a
And
great
mine
one.
was
Talisha?
mine was marketing is telling a story and like focus on telling a story and not so much on the sales. And I love that because, you know, as I said, telling a story, I feel a lot more comfortable with
Yeah.
doing that and thinking I'm trying to sell something. It's engaging and telling
Yeah.
a story, which is a lot more personable. So yeah.
Yes. You'll be shocked to realize that it's these other things that generate sales and things that are the opposite of what you think. And you'll be like, what? So weird. Because you've only ever seen people sell to you that are untrained. So it feels awkward and obstructive and combative and irritating and scary. Because that's a bad sales experience because they're trying to tell and force and convince and sell. That's what happens if you try and convince your mum to get on the products.
Mm.
Not a prospect, not interested. Yeah, no, but you need to do it. No, that's the problem. Cool. What else? 2 more?
It's a very comprehensive list of easily to follow steps
Yeah.
to go through without any guesswork involved.
Yes, which we don't want. We don't want guesswork. We want proven steps. Because predictable inputs create predictable outputs. If you change if you change how you make one banana bread one time and you don't put, right bananas in or you don't put eggs in or you miss the salt, you get a different outcome. Would you agree?
Mm.
So if you put different inputs, I can promise you only different outputs. And the reason why McDonald's is such a successful business because 2 all beef patties, special sauce, onions on a sesame seed bun all over the world. There's no beetroot, there's no tomato. It's consistency with the same inputs, creates the same outputs, which is why they sell 1 billion burgers.
You forgot lettuce, cheese, pickles.
Lettuce, cheese, and pickles too. Stick it in there. Right? It's the same. It's the same. This is why with this the reason we have multiple companies that's successful is we've applied the exact same principles to every single business.
Mm.
So what you're learning here is the ingredients for money making. Yes, very predictable. One more takeaway.
Use the framework properly, the exact word, how it's been delivered and
Yes.
asked. And I need to play that pitch back again, so retranscribe to ChatGPT.
Yeah, you'll be able to do it pretty quickly. So that's good. Marvelous. Yes, I love it. Great. Okay, so here's the homework. You're going to love it. It's going to be great. You're going to kill it. It's going to be fantastic. You're going to grow from it. I'm excited to give it to you. And we're excited for it because here's what we're going to do. Whoa, by the way, here's who's coming on the cruise so far. If your name's on there, it looks like you're going to come along. Well, you're certainly in running, put it that way. Shane, Katrina, Kylie, Cecilia, Casey, Amy, Elizabeth, Sharon, Allison, Naomi, Jackie, Lewis, Naomi, Cherry, Kirsty, Priya, Rach, and Aaron. There we go. So it's up for grabs. There's a couple who've already qualified. We're going on it. We want to take more. Let's go. Okay, so go for it. Now you're equipped. If you're just starting, you're in a great box seat because you've got a fresh network of friends and family who haven't seen this before. So you can go and talk to them. So you have an advantage. Okay, here's the homework. Send your hook story off a video that you did today, the one you've got, to 10 people for feedback. So here's how that works. Hey, random question, but if I sent you a video that I did, would you be able to give me some feedback? No worries if not, just thought I'd ask. So ask them first if it's okay if they gave you some feedback with a short, like 30-second reel that you did. If they say, yep, flick it over, flick it over. And when they, two things will happen. They'll either give you feedback, in which case take it on board and say thank you. Or second thing, they'll go, oh, what's the program you're doing? Oh, great question. Would it be okay if I ask you a couple quick questions if it's a good fit for you? What do you want to achieve specifically? Why do you want to achieve that? What's holding you back from achieving that so far? If there's a way where you could do that without doing that, without doing that, would that be of value to you? Yes, it would. Here's a video. I'll circle back tomorrow. Follow you up. Blah, 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 blah. Got it? That can happen too. It's called an indirect exposure. It's called the feedback mechanism. So do that to 10 people, okay? By the way, you don't have to stop at 10. Do 100 if you want. Post each day for the next 7 days on social media using the ChatGPT, what do you call it? GPT? Team Eagle GPT. Here we go. Post, aren't you glad you did the homework last week? Post your hook story offer video on your Instagram and Facebook, but on Instagram specifically, if you have an account on Instagram, and if you don't, I'd encourage you to start one. Boost the post for $5 a day. Now, if you don't know how to boost a post on Instagram, go to YouTube and type in how to boost a post on Instagram. It's really easy. Look, really easy. You just have to make sure your account's a business account. And that's also, if you don't know how to do that, go to YouTube and type in how to make my Instagram my business account. And if you don't know how to do that, go to YouTube and type in how to use YouTube. Sounds like a pyramid scheme. Okay, so the reason we want you to do that is because we want you to put it out there. You created this masterpiece. Now put it out there and boost it. And let's see what comes back. Yeah, fishy, 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 fishy. We'll see. Let's see if there's a market for it. If not, do another one. But you know, we'll see what happens. Okay. And then here we go. This is why once you nail this homework, you can be right. It's gonna be really good. Do your hook story offer video for the income opportunity. So what Elmore said is in the homework. Then you'll have an opportunity story. So you'll have one of both. And then you'll be equipped, okay, with marketing tools. You're equipped with a tool to do posts. You're equipped to generate leads for the health, generate leads for the opportunity, do written and video, and you're good to go now. And you also know what to do when people lean and say, I'm interested, because you've got the sequence and the sales process to follow. So I feel like after 3 weeks of Side Hustle School, we've hopefully equipped you with enough to go out and become a consultant and get your first 2 customers or continue to get customers. So your job is to do that. Get 2 customers and make your first dollar online. Okay? Marvelous. We'll get our last week next week. Same time, same place, same link. We'll do graduation, so if you can sneak into enrollments for the next week, I know it's tricky time because of Christmas, but there are people out there. And we will schedule the next Shake Up Your Finances Masterclass series for January. We'll attack that heavily after Christmas. It's the most important time in your Ask Jenks business after Christmas. It's the biggest months. And next week we're going to talk a bit about the events coming up in January. And then you'll be graduated, we'll go have Christmas, and then we'll come back and dominate next year. Sound good? Marvelous. Great. Hope you've enjoyed today's training. I've enjoyed delivering it. I think it's probably one of the most effective trainings we've ever done. So thanks for showing up live and engaging. Appreciate ya, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Lloyd. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks, Alicia. See you guys.
See ya.